Let's go. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mo We Talk. We talk football. And what a game. What a game. I'm so excited right now. So you know the drill when I'm excited. Yeah, this is a review. Okay? Yeah. Okay, where do I start from? The game kicks off and we start with, who did we start with? I'm so excited. Forgive me. I'm so excited. We started with Nkunku. We started with JOAO Pedro. We started with Cole Palmer. We started with Pedro Neto. I actually anticipated at the back. I actually anticipated that Rhys James would start, but I can understand maybe because of that knock that he took earlier on. So we started with Malo Gusto, tossing at the back, Chalobah, of course, and Cucurella, and with the midfield, Caicedo returns, and Enzo Fernandez is there, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, did I miss anyone else? And Sanchez, of course. Yeah. So the game begins, and it's a bit cagey. I anticipated because Fluminense is a resolute side defensively. I looked at their formation and it was packed in midfield and the back. So I knew that it was going to be a bit cagey. But what I thought to myself was, if we can get the goal first, because where it would be dangerous for us is if Fluminense scores first. If they score first, they close shop. That's the end. And I just wanted us to be the ones to score that first goal that will now force them to come out, because they had no other choice but to come out. What are you packing the bus for when you're a goal down? You have to look for a goal. So that was my mindset. I knew it was not going to be a high goal scoring game, but I just said, you know what? Whatever. Jamie, Shady said that we are scamming our way to the final. So let's do this. So the game starts and it's a bit cagey, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, if we can just break them down in some sort of way and just find that first goal. Pedro Neto, of course, was representing on the left. I appreciate his runs. I've always said it on this channel. I appreciate Pedro Neto's runs, and I do believe that Pedro Neto will be a big player for us. Him, Nkunku, and of course, João Pedro. Come the 18th minute, João Pedro places a 1-2. Pedro Neto does a 1-2 link up with João Pedro, and that opens up for him. He opens up, and before we know what's going on, he drives in, and I'm expecting, okay, you know what? Somebody run into the 18 and take this ball. But fair play. He turns back, and who does he see? He sees João Pedro lapping towards the 18-yard box. And he gives the ball to João Pedro, and I'm like, okay, what you gonna do? I was busy looking for who he was going to pass to, and oh my God, what a screamer. This guy curls the ball from outside the 18-yard box. Curls the ball flies and bends right back into the 18, into the post. 1-0. And I was screaming my lungs off. As you can tell, I'm so excited and all of that. I was screaming my lungs off. And I'm like, fair play to him. It's his boyhood club. He doesn't celebrate. He does this. And I'm like, okay, respect. And we were all Enzo Fernandez jumping and all of that with excitement. And 1-0. Game on. The game kept on going, and Chelsea, for the most part, were controlling the game. And now, just like I said, Fluminense had to come out. They had to, because you're a goal down. You have to. And fair play to some of their players. They were quite, especially at the beginning of the game, they seemed to hold the ball a lot. And I'm like, this is youth versus experience, because you could tell that these guys, they know how to hold the ball. But after that goal, it shook them a bit, and you could see Chelsea growing into the game. So we kept on going, and I'm just going to bring out the highlights of it and what I thought. we kept on going, and what do we know? There is an opportunity, an opening for Fluminense, and Fluminense gives they give the ball to their I don't know their names, forgive me. They give the ball to the attacker on the left, who now comes in, and I'm looking at Sanchez and I'm like, bruv, run out and pick the ball. You've been doing this thing and you've been getting away with it. Run out, pick the ball. Don't wait for the player to come and meet you. Honestly speaking, I don't think we can go very far with this guy, which is why I say blue coal. You guys need to get a proper goalkeeper. You want to rebuild, you want to make actual profit, you want to make real success, get a goalkeeper. These directors, I don't know what they see in Sanchez. Maybe Sanchez has their nudes. It has to be. So the game goes on and we're watching Sanchez running out, eventually, praise God, and the ball goes past him, and thank you, Cucurella with a touchline, I'm not joking, it was practically on the line, a line finish, a clearance. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Cucurella. It just sort of gave me that Thiago Silva vibe. And it's funny because he was there and it was great to see Thiago Silva. I'm not going to lie. It just brought back old memories, and seeing him and Enzo hug, I was like, oh, this is so nice. I loved that, every moment of it. So, quick one. So, the game goes on, and before we know what's going on, the Fluminense attack comes in again with a cross ball, and I'm not so sure, because if you have a good look at that thing, I'm not so sure if it did flick on the Fluminense player, but I think there was a bit of a flick there, and the ball goes and hits Chalobah on the arm, and the referee blows for a penalty, and I'm like, oh my god, back to square one. And fair play, VAR calls the referee's attention, and the referee goes and has a look. In fact, the more they played that replay, I looked at it and I was like, hang on, this guy's hands are down. It's at a natural state. If his hands were up or sideways, you can then say, yes, there was an attempt to actually stop the ball. And on top of that, the fact that his hands were down, the ball hit his hand, but you could see him trying to get his hand out of the way. So what do you want him to do? Cut off his arm? It's a natural position. So anybody who is out there saying it's a pen, you need your brains checked. That is not a pen. In fact, when I saw it, before the referee even blew it, I knew this was not going to be a pen. I was like, come on, natural position. And you could see him trying to remove his hand out of the way. So the referee, fair play, he gives a no pen call, and the game continues. And those were two major scares for us against Fluminense. And the game goes on, and it was pretty much the same. Second half begins, and we're back to where we were, exactly where we left off. So you could see Chelsea play, and I have to say, Nkunku, you can at least compare to his performances in the Premier League, you could see a significant improvement. I don't know, maybe he's just had his head put in the right place, or maybe he's just trying to facilitate a move. Because we all know, let's stop kidding ourselves, Nkunku is a good player. He is a good player. It's just that he mentally checked out of the club. So, another highlight for me was Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was not really in this game. I feel if Cole Palmer was in this game, we probably would have been in for an even bigger show. Cole Palmer was not in this game. It was basically Pedro Neto, Nkunku, and JOAO Pedro. Cole Palmer wasn't. Fair play, Enzo. Enzo tried. Caicedo, of course, Caicedo. The man's the engine of the midfield, of course. So, the game continues, and after those two major scares from Fluminense, it's pretty much the same. And before we know what's going on, there is a counter-attack. Breakaway immediately. Before there was a pass to what's his name, João Pedro, and João Pedro runs into the 18-yard box of the Fluminense defense and cuts his the ball back in, and there's a window, and this guy puts out an insane finish. Hits the crossbar, bounces to the ground, and bounces back up to the net. I'm like, what madness. I literally got off my seat and started running to and fro to the place where I was watching. And it was insane. I was like, what did we just sign? I know he said, yes, if we're looking at history, we say that he doesn't score a lot of goals. But he did say it, like, I'm at Chelsea, I'm in a bigger club, I have to improve my goal tallies and assist. And I pray this is the start of a very, very, very beautiful thing. Honestly, this guy, what have we signed? Who have we signed? I'm so excited. This guy puts up the instinct of a finisher. This is what I have been talking about. Yes, the lab is all right, but for me, it's JOAO Pedro, the lab, Jackson. That's it. That's it. And the game pretty much goes on, and you could just see it was almost 50-50 at some point, but you could see the morale drop with the Fluminense players. It was obvious. It was just showing. And then what else? I'm losing my train of thoughts here. Okay, yeah. So substitutions were made. They bring out JOAO Pedro, and I'm like, he was on a hat trick. But I can understand because we have an even bigger game to play now on Sunday. But he was on a hat trick. You could have just, But yes, I get it. Let's not risk anything. So he was taken off. Nicholas Jackson, our moonwalker, returns, and I'm like, here we go again. So Jackson comes back, and Jackson does what Jackson does. Who else comes in? Nkunku was taken out. Enzo Fernandez was taken out. Madueke comes in, and Santos comes in, and Santos, as usual, puts on a decent job. Drewsbury Hall comes in as well. They put on a decent job. We didn't have Cowell, so yeah. So in the defense, we were pretty much the same. And the game was just, it was over. And there was this opportunity that Nicholas Jackson had where it was so obvious because Cole Palmer was unmarked. All he just had to do was cut the ball in and just place a quick pass or hurl the ball right in immediately because Cole Palmer was unmarked. All Cole Palmer just had to do was probably throw his leg in or with a diving header or something. He was unmarked. And what does Nicholas Jackson do? Nicholas Jackson takes the shot himself and hits the side netting. And I'm like, bruv, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Yes, I get it. JOAO Pedro just scored and you're trying to, oh my God, this guy just scored. He might be the one to bench me. And I have to do something. Even an assist would have meant something. I was looking at you and I'm like, you are more likely to even pick a red card than a goal. Come on, at least an assist. And Jackson just does what Jackson does. As far as I'm concerned, you know what? Jackson, let's say this chair is the bench. They need to put a seat belt on you because that's it, bruv. You are locked. You are down the pecking order. Except maybe Maresca decides to use you as a winger, which is your actual natural position. Anyway, the game goes and it's pretty much the same because we've taken out the real ballers for me. And there was a scare for me. Caicedo had I think he kind of twisted his ankle and I was like, oh my God, the man just came back. We need him in the final. And it didn't look good. And he was taken out. And the next thing I see, the fact that he was walking was a good sign. But all I just kept on saying was, take him out. At least bring in Esugo. Take him out now. Put that leg on ice. For his recovery to start right now. And before I know what's going on, Caicedo is back in the pitch. And I'm like, what? The medical team, what are you guys doing? Even if Caicedo insists, take him out. We have an important game on Sunday. What are you guys doing? And eventually, he had to come off. So, it was an adrenaline rush, man. For me, the man of the match goes without saying. JOAO Pedro. Shout out to the haters. I love you guys. Hate along. Keep it up, please. It's the fuel. We love it, guys. Continue, but make sure your hate along continues. If we lift that trophy, make sure you stay tuned for that. So guys, I think that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching the video. I appreciate what you guys did with the last video. I really do. God bless you guys. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it will help the channel. It will help us grow. And it's time for the OGs. OGs, this is your moment, you know. If we grow, I will not forget you guys. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. Take care and have a lovely evening.